Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about the post-match review between the game of Barcelona and Leganes. And so today we did win 2-0 in a very exciting match. And I'm going to be very honest, I was expecting a very high score. Like I did say in my pre-match preview that Barcelona was going to win 4-0, but that was not the case. We won 2-0. And if we look at the lineup here, we can see that everything looked normal. We have Ter Stegen, Piqué, Rakitic, Sergio Busquets, Arthur, Messi, Lenglet, Griezmann, Sergio Roberto, Junior Firpo, and the last one was Ansu Fati. And I did not expect Ansu Fati to start in this match. I did expect Ansu Fati to actually enter the match maybe in the 60th minute, 70th minute, but that was not the case for this lineup. Ansu Fati did start. And the other thing that I do want to point out is that Martin Braithwaite did not start. And not just that, but he did not see not 1 minute in this match. And it was very strange to see Martin Braithwaite not get any minutes in today's match because he was getting the ball rolling. It actually looked like he was up to something. But Riqui Setien did not decide to put him in at all. And so we did not see Martin Braithwaite today play against his former club. And so our front three was Ansu Fati on the left, Griezmann in the middle, and Lionel Messi on the right side. And so the way that I'm going to organize this video is like the exact same formula I did use in my other post-match review, which was I'm going to review the first half first and then the second half, and then I'm going to give my overall thoughts about this game. And so starting with the first half. In the first half, when we started within the first minute to 2 minutes, immediately we saw the game plan of Leganes. Like as soon as Messi touched that ball, we saw what Leganes wanted to do, and they were defending with 5 defenders. And not just that, but they were going to defend throughout the whole 90 minutes. Because I had a feeling that if Leganes cannot score and they don't have the best track record on scoring goals, if they do want to get the best result, the only way to do that is to defend and keep a 0-0 score sheet. But obviously they did not achieve to do that because Barcelona won 2-0, but that is what Leganes intended to do. They wanted to defend throughout the whole 90 minutes. And because of that, it made it extremely hard for Barcelona to actually make something and score a goal. And as for FC Barcelona, I'm going to be very honest, when we are talking about the first half, I was not pleased with Barcelona's part. They did not play badly, but then again, I was expecting that extra edge from FC Barcelona, or I was expecting more from this team, especially coming off a 4-0 win against Mallorca, a team that was supposedly statistically better than Leganes. Because early in the match, Leganes did get 2 very big chances that could have ended up in goals. And I had no idea what was going on, but the center back duo of Piqué and Lenglet was not working out within the first 5 to 10 minutes. They were making errors. It's like they were not communicating. But then later in the match, Piqué and Lenglet got their stuff together and everything went back to normal. But then again, we have to remember that this is Leganes, and Leganes almost scored within the first 5 to 10 minutes. So here's the thing about the first half, right? So we did control a good amount of the game. Like we had all of the possession, we were doing all the passes, but the possession that we had no value. And the reason why our possession really had no value, meaning why we couldn't convert our possession, our chances into goals, is because there was no options in the first place. And one of the players that was really getting targeted in that midfield was Arthur Melo. And I was analyzing on like what was going on with Arthur Melo. Like why was he doing so many side passes? Why wasn't he trying to take risk and send key passes through balls and really be that midfielder that we all hope Arthur Melo could be? And let's look at the stats here, right? We can see that Arthur Melo in the first half, right? This is only for the first half. We can see that in his own half, he had a total of 9 passes. In the opposition half, he had a total of 39 passes. In total, he had 52. But if we look down here, we can see that in the long balls section, he had 0, accurate long balls 0, key passes 0. So basically, just to sum it all up, he did contribute in a lot of passes throughout the game in the first half, but none of them were key passes or through balls. And the reason why it looks like that, the reason why Arthur Melo did not look effective is because we had no options. And so many people might say, what's going on with Arthur Melo? But here's the thing about matches, right, is that we need more context to understand what's going on. And so I'm going to talk about Antoine Griezmann, because that's the player that I believe should have stood out in order to get the best out of Arthur Melo or Busquets or Rakitic, because Griezmann was our number 9 in the first half. And if we look at Griezmann and we look at his heat map, we can see that he was so ineffective as our number 9 that there were moments that he was on the left flank, on the right flank, and right next to Arthur Melo. We can even see his average position, that he was right between 2 midfielders. He wasn't even at the top trying to receive balls from players like Rakitic, Arthur Melo, or Busquets. So then the question comes in like, okay, if Griezmann is right next to Arthur Melo and Busquets and Ivan Rakitic, then who is Arthur Melo going to pass it to? And so that is why I say this is why we saw Arthur Melo make so many side passes, because there was no option. contributions. And so Griezmann continues to show that he's very disconnected with the FC Barcelona style. But besides that, one of the bright lights that we did have up front was Ansu Fati. And in this match, right, Ansu Fati showed once again why he should not be touched. He showed again why Barcelona should not even consider selling him. And Ansu Fati was the man to score the first goal for FC Barcelona. And it was amazing to see. I love to see players that young shine for FC Barcelona, because then it gives us hope. It gives us hope that we get to see something incredible in 5 to 6 years. And I love the way that Ansu Fati did play today. I love the way that he goes past players. He has the pace, he has the composure, he's strong, he has the endurance in order to compete with tall, strong defenders, and he's just so composed on the ball. And that's something that Barcelona greatly needs. If you bring something to a team that they lack, then you will be highly valued in that team. And that is why Ansu Fati brings so much to the table, because he just brings that extra composure up front and that extra threat. So good job on Ansu Fati. I am proud of this player. I hope that he continues to go on this route. And then overall in the first half, it was decent, mainly because Ansu Fati did bring that balance, but it could have been better. And overall, we did have 81% possession in that match and scored 1 goal in the first half, which basically sums up that we did have the possession, but we couldn't make the most out of it. But then moving on to the second half, this is where the game picked up a lot better for FC Barcelona. This is where I said, okay, we did actually improve off of the first half. Our first big moment that we had was when Griezmann did score a goal, but then it was ruled off by VAR, and they said that Semedo's left foot was actually 2 centimeters offsides, which is such a thin margin. And it's crazy to see how VAR is so precise on seeing what's offsides and what's not. But yes, Griezmann scored a goal, but it was ruled off. And then moving on into the 69th minute, and this is where everything went down, right? This is where Messi grabbed the ball. He took down 3 to 4 players. He looked very composed. He looked like that he was not going to fall for no reason. He took the ball all the way into the box, and then that led into a controversial penalty. And let's stop right here for a second, because I do want to talk about Lionel Messi, because when we did see Messi make that run and go past 2 to 3 or 4 players on that field, we're looking at a Messi who's 32 years old, running like he's 22 years old. This is a man who has been doing this for a very long time, and it was so surprising to see that he's still able to do that and be that composed and have that endurance and core in order to handle all of those defenders. So it was an amazing sight to see. And not only that, but it also shows us the shape that he's in. And this really reminds me of the 2015 Lionel Messi. And we do have a very interesting stat that did come out. It says here, Lionel Messi has now been directly involved in more league goals this season than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's been in 24 games, scored 21 goals, and has a total of 14 assists. And with Messi creating that penalty, he did score that goal, and then we were 2-0 up. Later on in the match, we did have a youngster from Barcelona B step into the field, and that man was named Riqui Puig. This was another youngster in today's match that did stood out. And the main reason why I'm saying that is because he has finally did something that he has never done on the pitch. And so let me explain. So when Riqui Puig did step on the field, he knew that he has to take the chances that he was given. He knew that he has to show something to Setien that would allow him to give him more minutes. And so with the 20 minutes that Riqui Puig was given, he won a total of 3 ground duels. He took 2 shots, one of them was very close, and completed 2 tackles. Now one might think like, okay, if we just look at the stats, that's Arturo Vidal, but no, it wasn't. It was Riqui Puig. And I just have a feeling that Riqui Puig is very well aware of his weaknesses. He knows his downfalls, and he wanted to correct that, and he showed that on the pitch. He pressured very well. He defended very well. He was very physical. He finally did something that we have all asked from Riqui Puig, and I'm very proud of this player. And not only that, but when he did win the ball, he brought more vertical passes and created more chances, and that's something that Barcelona lacked in the first 60 to 65 minutes. And that's it right there. Like, if you bring something that the club currently lacks on the pitch, and you bring that skill or thing onto the table, and you bring more character into the team's play, then you will have more minutes. And that is why we saw Riqui Puig bring on that great display. He brought something that Barcelona were struggling on, and because of that, he stood out, and Setien did take note of that. And so it's that simple. You bring something that the club does not have, you will have more minutes. You will get played. And so we did have a total of 2 youngsters stand out in today's match, and that was was Ansu Fati and Riqui Puig. Again, two players who brought something that Barcelona lacked. Ansu Fati brought the width, the composure, the pace. Riqui Puig brought the creation, he brought the chances, and he brought the physicality, which was something that Riqui Puig was never known about. And on top of all that, Ansu Fati won the Player of the Match award. And at the end of the game, we won 2-0. Our total possession was 75%, and we beat Leganes in every aspect of the game. We have a total of 10 shots. We created 8 chances, big chances 3, accurate passes 793. So all of this is showing that we had all of the possession. We were making a lot of passes, and we did improve our game in the second half. And so I do want to end it with 3 things that we should all know. And the first one is that Messi is 1 goal away to complete his 700 career goal. It says here, Lionel Messi scored his 699th career goal in all competitions with club and country in a 2-0 win versus Leganes. He is seeking to become the 7th player to score 700 goals. The second thing that we should take note of is that Samuel Umtiti will miss the next match against Sevilla because he did pick up his 5th yellow card today. And the third one is, let's hope that Riqui Puig does get more minutes. Let's hope that Riqui Puig does improve on this and say, look, I have done this, let me try more of that. And I just really do hope that Setien does see potential in this player, because his potential is through the roof. There is a lot that he needs to improve on, but the only way he will get better is if he gets more minutes on the pitch. And I love the display that Riqui Puig did put out today. And so where does this leave us on the table? So after this 2-0 win against Leganes, we are 5 points ahead of Real Madrid, but we do have an extra game in hand. So we do have to wait until Real Madrid play their game, and then we will see if we are still 5 points ahead or 2 points ahead of Real Madrid. And our next game is going to be against Sevilla. And just like every league game, I'm going to make the pre-match preview and the post-match review for that match. So that match against Sevilla will happen on Friday. And so we have to be ready. This will be one of our toughest matches yet. And let's hope that Barcelona do bring a great display going against Sevilla. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for showing all the love, and I will see you guys in the next video.